What is up, everybody? Omid, Succeed with Omid here again. I wanted to continue my talk yesterday about the bow position, that big open breathing position that really helps open up the entire front muscle of the body through that fascial system. I want to cover a little bit more in depth of what you might feel, what you might experience, and especially afterwards. I gave this to almost every one of my clients that don't really have a lot of spine issues. If you do have spine issues, this might not be one for you. There's ways to get around it. I'll cover those later. But if I get into this big open belly position and I tuck my hips underneath, I can get pretty far back until I start breathing. If I try and take a big deep breath, I start shaking, okay? What that shaking actually is, the muscle was held rigid tight in that position. I don't know if you could hear it, but I really wasn't able to take a big deep breath when I got into it. And that's because the muscle was actually freaking out. It was so trapped tight because it was worried about me falling backwards. Believe it or not, that's just a heightened version of how I'm standing right now. A lot of this stuff is tight. I've been trapped in the car for the last few hours. I've been flying my desk, typing up mileage reports and whatnot. And I really want to be able to get into this big position. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that my breathing is one of the most critical parts. And what ends up happening when we can take a big deep breath, it calms our nervous system down. So if I get into that position, if I put my hands behind my back like I should have, tuck the butt, get into here, and I breathe, that shaking is my abs complaining. They're trying to get me back into this position. I'm going to back off of this bend. I'm just going to breathe a little slower and nicer. Oh, I just felt a huge release in those abs. Now, right now, my head is swimming. My feet don't quite feel connected to the floor. And if you haven't done this before, start with a bench near you or something you can sit down to, or just hands on the hips and walk around. Breathe normally, try and get through it. You're gonna feel odd, especially if you haven't done this before. There's a lot of people in different spiritual realms. There's the acupressure realm. There's a lot of bioenergetic realms that'll basically say that this is a lot of emotional trauma energy, spiritual energy that's kind of trapped in us that comes out. Well, I'm actually a little bit more scientific. I believe in a lot of that stuff, but I like the science behind it too. Dude, you're just taking really big, deep breaths in an awkward position and you're working like crazy. So what happens if you run a mile as fast as you possibly can? You're gonna feel all the same things, right? Take your time with this. You saw me, I was only there for about 10-15 seconds. If you need to come back out of it and do it again, go for it. But a lot of this stuff just opened up. And now I can take a full big deep breath. And I gotta go sit back at the desk again. All right. I hope this was useful to you guys. If you have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, have fun, and I'll talk to you guys later.